Good God, she's looking fine AF. The hips don't lie, man. Alright, so Mega Hobby Expo 2021 recently just happened, and it wasn't like a huge event, right? You didn't have manufacturers there like Good Smile or Max Factory or Fat Company, but you did have Mega House, Alter, and Kotobukiya, and like Ami, Amakuni, and like Kadokawa, but like those are like whatevers, right? The main manufacturer for this event was pretty much Alter, and that's kind of like they're like the biggest reason why I'm making this video right now, is because Alter, they showcased the most stuff that I was personally excited about, right? So first, let's go over like the miscellaneous stuff that, like, you know, you may or may not care about, who knows. All right, so first up, Ami, I guess they're making a Idolmaster figure. I had no idea Ami manufactured figures, but apparently they are. So there you go. Aniplex, they didn't really show off anything new. I mean, they did post a picture for Arturia Caster, but like we've already seen images for this one. Amakuni, they're making a Sakura Wars Amamiya Sakura figure, 1/7 scale, if you like Sakura Wars. That's being in the works. They're making a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters figure for Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I think it looks pretty sick. I just don't like the support poles supporting from the bottom of the heads. I mean, obviously they kind of have to do that, because like, otherwise, you know, you're gonna have support issues, but I feel like it just takes away from the immersion of the figure. Amakuni did also announce some Snafu figures, so we got one of Yukino and Yui in the works. I mean, if you like Snafu. A+ news for you, Kadokawa, they showcased FGO Kama. I've never been like a huge fan of Kama's design. I just don't really like the space lingerie look she's got going on, but like, you know, to each his own, right? They're also making some Nekopara figures, made swimsuit versions of Chocolate and Vanilla. It's pretty cool. They also got an STL one of Yuki, a Hanayome version. Lacorns got some Idolmaster figures that they showcased. Revolve had an Evangelion one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for like the miscellaneous manufacturers. Now we start off with Kotobukiya, who did showcase like one figure that I was actually super excited about. We'll get into it right now. First, here we have a Scarlet Nexus figure of Kasane. I haven't played Scarlet Nexus yet, but I've heard many good things about it. So, if you have already played it, then get hyped. You're getting some Scarlet Nexus figures. Shiranui Mai is getting one from King of Fighters. They're making a Rent-A-Girlfriend Sumi figure, so if you like Sumi. Personally, I think Sumi's best girl from Rent-A-Girlfriend, but, you know, that's just me. Another Idolmaster figure in the works. They're making Arturia Ruler, which I'm super excited about. They're actually making her swimsuit variant, not the bunny suit one, even though I like the bunny suit one. Hopefully it doesn't look bad when it's painted. Uma Musume is actually getting some scale figures, which is nice. We got one of Teo. Pretty adorable. I've always liked how they paint the eyes, but then the rest of the figure is just, you know, non-painted. They're making a Tales of Arise figure for Rinwell. I've yet to play this game. It won RPG of the Year, I think, so have yet to play it. It's on my backlog now, but I'll get to it eventually. Making a Pokemon figure of Lucas and Chimchar, if you really like Pokemon. There you go. Darkstalkers Lilith figure, and then they got a Terry Bogard one from SNK Heroines, so there you go. And some Jujutsu Kaisen figures if you really care about that. Alright, that's pretty much it. Next up, we'll go Mega House. We'll save Alter for last, because they're pretty much the kings for this event. Mega House, they're making some Evangelion figures for their GEM series line. So first up, we got Asuka and Mari. Mari's looking like she's having a blast. I don't blame her. Then we got Rei with the super long hair. They showcased Persona 5 Royal Crow Loki version for Akechi. My dude can do some really long lunges. And then we got one for Joker as well. This one might have some leaning issues in the future if you decide to pick this one up. I'm not going to lie, it does look pretty sick. I like the pose, it's pretty dynamic. If it does have some leaning issues over time, maybe just use the hairdryer trick. Try to fix it up. Which, by the way, did anyone see the post that Eastream made about their Albedo figure? Eastream's Albedo figure that recently released for 40,000 yen. A lot of people, when they got it, weren't really happy because it looks a lot different than the prototype. Or not really a lot different, but there's, you know, some glaring differences between the prototype version that they've been showing off and the one that you get out of the box. Now, Eastream made a post explaining why the figure looks different outside of the box compared to the prototype, and it's because of potential damages during shipping, which is why the figure looks like that. So also in that post, they explained that they were going to show you how to use a hairdryer to make the figure look like the prototype. I find that so funny. Jesus Christ. I feel like Eastream, you already had like a really bad rep, but with this and like the post that they made, It's just so funny. If you think for a manufacturer that's really aiming to be like a top figure brand, they'd probably start using like foam or something and package their figures really well rather than just make the excuse that the figure looks like this outside of the box to protect it from shipping damages, but I have no idea. They're also making an Arsene figure as well. This is the anniversary edition. I'm pretty sure this is already... They already made an Arsene figure before, and I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered that one, but I ended up canceling it because I didn't have the money. So Mega House is also making an Uma Musume figure as well of Silent Suzuka. Pretty sick. I'm glad Uma Musume is getting some more merch. I just need one for Scarlet. And then we're good. They're also making a ton of Lookup series figures. Now, I didn't actually know what the Lookup series was, but apparently they're just a bunch of like chibi figures that sit on your table, and then they just look up at you. Hence the name Lookup series, right? They got a Princess Connect Redive one of Shizuru. Pretty sick. They got some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So we got Dark Magician, looking pretty cool. Hope to see that painted. And then we also got a really sick Seto Kaiba one from Dark Side of Dimensions. This one looks crazy good if you're a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, especially of Seto. I think this is probably like the one to go for. They're also making a figure of Dialga and Palcheya from Pokemon. It took me a second to actually realize what the hell was going on in this photo because everything just kind of blends in, and I was looking for their heads, and I was like, where the heck are the heads? The only things I could really instantly notice was like Palchea's shoulder and then Dialga's back. And I was like, all right, where's the heads at? But then they're right there. So Demon Slayer figure, if you really care about that, more Lookup series stuff. Naruto is getting some scale figures. Then like that's pretty much it. All right, now Alter, the ones that pretty much stole the show and the ones that made me want to talk about these figures anyway. I just needed to talk about these to get it off my chest, hence this video. So thanks, Alter. First up is Megamikato Memorial version. This one looks super adorable. Hopefully the price point's actually decent. I might end up picking this up if it's actually reasonably priced. It looks pretty cute. Megumi's best girl, by the way, don't at me. Next up, kicking off the Azur Lane figure showcase here, is Baltimore. She looks pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna be pre-ordering this. The detail on her stomach is ridiculous. Fantastic sculpt so far from what I'm seeing right here. It looks pretty amazing. Next up is Formidable. I actually think she's up for pre-order already on AmiAmi. I've not yet pre-ordered her yet, but the price point is around 33,000 yen, I think. She's about 10,000 more yen than I was expecting. I was hoping her to be around like the 20k yen range, but she's 33k. You can probably see why she's called Formidable, though. I don't really need to explain that, do I? Next up is Honolulu's light equipment version. I'm assuming there's going to be a heavy equipment version like how they did with St. Louis, which I do have on pre-order, and I believe she releases next month if I'm not mistaken. Good God, she's looking fine AF. The hips don't lie, man. But yeah, huge assets aside, her legs give off the impression that the figure is going to be really big, but I think it's only 1/7 scale, so we'll have to see, but yeah, Jesus Christ. Looking to be a pretty great pickup for me. Next up we have is Mommy Graph, of course, in her swimsuit variant. Looking pretty good. I like the overall look, and it looks pretty much perfect for me. Next up, they showcased the Murasaki Shikibu figure. This one looks pretty cool. Jesus Christ, just look at the details on her dress and the way it just wraps around her legs right there. Pretty sick. I'm not going to be buying this, but if you like Shikibu, there it is. Something I will be buying, though, is this BB one. Jesus Christ, tan skin, one-piece swimsuit. I mean, what else can you ask for? The only thing I could probably disapprove of is the tentacles. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of that, but I mean, it is what it is. 100% going to be pre-ordering this. Hopefully it's not too expensive, Walter. They're also making some Idolmaster figures. So we got one of Chiyuki and then another one of Fumika. They're also making an Evangelion one of Rei. Next up, we have a prototype of Arknight's Schwartz E2. Jesus Christ, it looks phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie, the prototype looks amazing here. I can't wait to see this thing painted, but I'm also really scared for the price point because Alter's doing Prince Eugen, which is their most expensive figure that I've seen to date, which is around 40,000 yen. And this one seems to be way more intricate, even though it is 1/8 instead of 1/7. Please be like 30k yen or less. If it's 40, that's fine. But if it's anything higher, I'm gonna lose my mind. Next up, we have Azuma from Azur Lane. Again, this is her Voice of Spring version. Jesus Christ, it's not painted yet, but the body sculpt is just phenomenal. I'm 100% pre-ordering this. One of my favorite characters from Azur Lane. You already know. They're making a Toho project figure of Flandre Scarlet. I might pre-order this. It's been a while since I pre-ordered a Toho figure, but this one looks pretty sick. The detail on the flowers here is pretty insane. They're making a Ryza figure as well. She's, of course, all caked up. And just look at that facial expression. She knows exactly where you're looking. Next up, I've been waiting to see prototypes for this. Well, we don't really have a full picture here, but it's good enough. We have Azur Lane's Atako Tako's Racing Queen figures. Legitimately, I thought they were going to be doing just like figures based off the sprites that they have. Of course, like in the wall scrolls in the back, I don't know if you can see that. Similar to how they base it off the sprites for the swimsuit ones, but apparently they're going for their own thing. Good God, I'd kill to be that Manju. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this might be figure of the year when it comes out for me. I cannot wait to see that thing painted. For Phoenix Spring Song version, Jesus Christ, the image speaks for itself. I don't think I need to say anything.
That's quite big. Impressive.
Next up, Alter is stepping into Genshin Impact with Fischl. I might be pre-ordering this depending on how the prototype looks. Not 100% sure on it yet, but nice. More Azur Lane figures being announced. We got Persis in her nurse outfit, and then we got Pola's swimsuit version being announced as well. I'm probably going to be pre-ordering this. Now, Alter, if you're doing one for Pola, I'm hoping you're going to do Zara's as well, because they're kind of like a, you know, a combo pair. I know Freeing is doing Zara's 1/4 scale swimsuit figure, and that looks pretty good. I didn't pre-order it though because the face looks really weird compared to the illustration. So Alter, if you do one of Zara, instant pre-order for me, by the way. Next up is Arknight's Lapland. And her skin refined Horomir version. 100% going to be pre-ordering this as well. Thanks Alter for stepping into Arknight's. Next up, they're making a Remelia Scarlet Toho project figure. I'm assuming this is going to go with Flandres. So if I pre-order Flandres, I'm going to be pre-ordering Remelia as well. And then next up we have is Moon Cancer BB as well announced. I don't know if this is going to be the exact same as the tanned one, except not tanned. I'm probably not going to be pre-ordering this because I already pre-ordered the tan one, but you never know. And then they also announced Murasaki Shikibu's swimsuit also getting a figure as well, so that's pretty sick. Now, Alter didn't leave out the men, right? So they're doing a FGO figure of Gilgamesh. That's pretty sick. I actually might pre-order this depending on the price. Like, if it's too expensive though, forget about it. But Jesus Christ, look at those abs. They're also making one of Karna as well. Jesus Christ, look at those abs. And then we got one of Tomioka Giyu also being announced. And that is pretty much it. So yeah, Alter pretty much stole the show with all of the Azur Lane stuff for me. And the Arknight stuff as well. So I'm actually super excited. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I got some other videos in the works as well, so stay tuned. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go back to playing Halo Infinite now, which, by the way, started streaming again on Twitch, so if you want to pop in on the streams, link down below. Catch you guys later. Peace. Huge thanks to my patrons, Seswat, Beast, Catweiss, Rauku, Malahat, Tiso, Hentia, Fritz, Ren, Toxic, Bikin2, Wandering Kitsune. And of course, all of my other patrons as well. Love you guys. What? Just a random invisible elite just chilling there? Like, what? Two of my favorite ship girls. Now I just need a really sexy Azuma figure and I'm down.